A warm welcome to all my dears. As we mentioned earlier, today we are going to discuss about the cardiovascular disorders. Before that, let us have an overlook about the cardiovascular system. As you very well know about your heart, it is weighing near about 250 to 350 grams, and it may vary according to the sex. In men, it can be up to 250 to 400 grams, and in female, it may be a maximum of 300 grams. Our cardia is having four chambers. The upper smaller chambers are known as atria, and lower comparatively bigger chamber known as the ventricle. To separate the chambers, there are interventricular septums also. As you know, the circulation, the so-called impure or deoxygenated blood received in the right atrium, and from the right atrium, the stored blood is getting ejected into the right ventricle via tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle through the pulmonary valve, the same may be ejected into the right and left pulmonary system via pulmonary artery, and there it get oxygenated. So, from the pulmonary system, the oxygenated blood received by the left atria through the pulmonary vein, and from the left atria, the oxygenated blood is ejected into the left ventricle via mitral valve. From the from the left ventricle, the received blood is ejected into the general circulation via aorta through aortic valve, and with the help of four chambers and four valves, within a period of zero point 0.8 second, near about 70 to 100 ml of blood is ejected via single cardiac output. That is what we call the stroke volume. Like that, the cardiac has to pump near about 70 to 90 beats per minute, say near about 72 per minute, so that approximately 5 liters of blood is circulated via heart per minute. In a 24 hours day, our cardia may beats near about 1 lakh beats per day. All these functions of our heart can maintain mainly with the help of coronary arteries, because each and every cell of our cardia needs sufficient amount of blood which is rich in oxygen and other nutrients to the cardiac cells. As you know, the right and left coronary artery receives near about 10 ml of blood to enrich the cardiac cells. Like that coronary artery, there are some specialized cells which are located in the upper part of the right atria. These are collectively known as SA nodes, which autonomously generate the electrical signals. From there, the electrical impulses were transmitted from the SA node to AV node, then to the bundle of fields, then to the bundle branches, and then to the Purkinje fibers. So rhythmic release of the electrical signals that causes contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscles. Say, in nutshell, the systole and diastole. And next about the normal blood pressure. As you know, the blood pressure is nothing but the cardiac output into peripheral resistance. So, the pressure exerted by the left ventricle to eject the blood, the same will exert a pressure in the major blood vessels, say in aorta. So the blood pressure depends on the quality of contraction and relaxation of the or systole and diastole of the cardiac and quantity of cardiac output. How much amount of blood is ejected into the general circulation. So anything which affects the hemodynamics, that means condition of the heart, condition of the chambers, condition of the valves, or condition of the septae, or condition of the valves or the blood vessels or the blood itself, that will change the hemodynamicity of the cardiovascular system, and thereby you can observe the changes in the blood pressure. As and when the cardia is pumped the blood into the general circulation, the same will produce some contraction and elongation of the digital blood vessels also. And that can be felt by our examining finger, that is known as pulse. Regarding the diseases of the heart, mainly the cardiac diseases can be classified into diseases of the cardia itself, say infection and inflammation of the pericardium, myocardium, and endocardium. That is pericarditis, myocarditis, and endocarditis. Next comes about the valvular disorders. As you know, because of various pathology, either the valves may become incompetent or it may become very fibrosed or stenosed, and depending on the effect of the valve, the valvular disorders are mainly classified into mitral stenosis or mitral regurgitation, aortic stenosis or aortic regurgitation, tricuspid stenosis or tricuspid regurgitation, pulmonary stenosis or pulmonary regurgitation, something like that. And there may be some defect in the septae of the heart. That may be interatrial septae or intraventricular septic. So ASD or VSD may be the other problem with our heart. And the very common disorder may be with the coronary artery itself. That is what we call the ischemic heart disease. And depending on the reversibility of the status, the same is again divided into two as angina pectoris and myocardial infarctions. Then, as you know, the cardiac incompetency may be because of any congenital anomalies, that is, congenital heart diseases. There are very different types of congenital heart disease. The common congenital cardiac disorder may be patent ductus arteriosus, or atrial or ventricular septal defects, or valvular disorders, or dextrocardia, or Fallot's tetralogy, or coarctation of aorta. Then there may be various conduction block in the heart that may be mentioned as heart blocks, SA node block or AV node block or bundle block or something like that, cardiac problems. Regarding the diseases of the cardiac cells, which are broadly designed as cardiomyopathies, then with a malposition of great vessels. So all this comes under the head of common cardiac disorder. At the same time, we have to evaluate the, or we have to study about how can we approach a patient with a cardiovascular disorder. If so, what may be the presenting complaint of our patient? If so, whether the symptoms are very specific symptoms or non-specific or typical symptoms, or is there any absence of symptoms in so many disorders, and what are the real causes behind the cardiac problem, and which are the main risk factors of cardiac issues. More than that, how can we prevent the, or how can we manage the cardiac problems, and how can we detect the possibilities of or early detection of cardiac problems with modern investigative tools, and which are the commonly indicated most effective homeopathic medicines for cardioprotection. Everything has to be studied in a very detailed manner, because especially in India, now India is considered as the capital of coronary artery diseases or coronary heart disease. Of India, Kerala is considered as the capital of heart disease. Of that Kerala, Trivandrum is considered as the capital of coronary artery disease. The main issue is out of the total death rate in Kerala or in India, near about 33% of real cause of death is mainly because of the cardiac failure or cardiac disease. In 2020, there are near about 63,000 to 67,000 of death were happened, supposed to happen in Kerala only because of the cardiac problem. The death rate of corona or COVID is comparatively lower than that of the cardiac issue. But unfortunately, the world or the we people may not give due importance regarding the prevention of cardiac problems or educating the society to how to prevent the damage, so that we have to study the cardiovascular problems in very detail. Among them, the ischemic heart diseases are near about 70% of the main cause behind the cardiac death. So that from the next class, we are going to start about the ischemic heart diseases, about its classifications, regarding the cause, pathology, the hemodynamics, the presenting complaints, then investigations, management and treatment, etc. Like that, one by one, we are going to complete the issues behind the cardiac problems. For that, I request your good support and positive encouragement from your side. Only with your support I can move. Thank you.